You do not get to invoke your artificial knockoff brand of patriotism now that you want to use it in defense of Donald Trump when you could not be bothered to ever invoke it in defense of those who actually served. The American flag is not a gag that you get to use to silence the voices of those who actually served under it. I need to talk about conservatives' response to my viral video about Donald Trump considering getting us into another war, because holy God, I have had the absolute worst people in my mentions on every single social media platform for the last 48 hours, positively frothing at the mouth in their desperate fury to shut me the fuck up as the wife of an active duty service member. I've even had some of them threaten to contact my husband's chain of command to tattle on him for, well, it's not really clear what they think they'd be tattling on him for, other than, I guess, the crime of having a mouthy bitch of a wife. But I've got bad news for you folks. Even if you could shut me up, and to be clear, that is a feat that no one has managed to pull off in my 38 years on this planet, so I guarantee none of you unwashed, bitter old walnuts are capable of it. But even if you could, there are thousands of active duty military families and veterans of the global war on terror also getting loud about the ways that Dear Leader is hurting the military community. And that's not going away, no matter how many times you stomp your whittle feet or pound your whittle fists. So I'm gonna be blunt with you here. The military community does not owe you silence as you soothe your own insecurities by treating them like they are G.I. Joe dolls that you get to send to die in pointless ego-driven conflicts and never owe anything in return. And whether or not you are personally capable of the introspection it takes to realize that's what you're doing, it absolutely is. It's also what Dear Leader Donald Trump is doing. But unlike the many other times that rich men like Donald Trump have sent mostly poor and disadvantaged young men and women to die in foreign countries on the basis of a lie fed to us by our government, nowadays, those young men and women have access to a microphone that may not be as loud as the one anchored to the bully pulpit of the president's desk, but it's loud enough. You unpatriotic motherfuckers have sat by silently as Donald Trump and his administration gutted staffing at the VA, harming veterans' ability to get the help our country promised them in exchange for their service. You have sat silently as the families of both active duty service members and veterans have been attacked by ICE raids despite their service to this country. Service that, by the way, most of you were never brave enough or selfless enough to give yourself. You have twisted yourself into pretzels to defend the alcoholic that Trump installed at the Pentagon, even after he put deployed troops' lives at risk by leaking attack plans in an insecure signal chat. And you have looked the other way hundreds of times as Donald Trump attacked Gold Star families, literal war heroes, and disfigured veterans. Not one time did you ever manage to find even the smallest amount of courage or patriotism to tell that orange motherfucker to keep active duty service members and veterans out of his pathetic draft-dodging mouth. So no, you do not get to tell me to shut the fuck up. You do not get to tell the veterans criticizing Trump's behavior and choices to shut the fuck up. You do not get to invoke your artificial knockoff brand of patriotism now that you want to use it in defense of Donald Trump when you could not be bothered to ever invoke it in defense of those who actually served. The American flag is not a gag that you get to use to silence the voices of those who actually served under it.